Good morning, guys. What did they say? Welcome back to my channel. I guess this is gonna be my second video, and it's gonna be mainly a talking video. I'm still a little bit sick. It's been a full week. I got sick and I had a light fever and a sore throat, and I couldn't really train or do cardio. But now I'm slowly getting back into it, but still it's a little bit hard. You probably can hear it in my voice. So I'm on my way to the gym right now. I'm walking there. I'm off on Sundays, but I'm just gonna meet my client there for our weekly check-in, take some measurements, and I decided to walk all the way there. It's about 15 minutes walk, so perfect. I'll get all my steps done early in the morning. Normally on Sundays I go to gymnastics training. We have up the keys, we have a gymnastics facility, and on Sundays they do open classes for adults. Finally, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, when I could just go and have a gymnastics facility where I can practice some skills, so learn some new skills, because we barely have anything down here in Key West. Oh, and for those who don't know, I live in Key West, Florida. It's an island. It's the southernmost point of the United States, 90 miles to Cuba. How did I end up here? I don't know. I guess it's a fate. Oh well, it's a long, different story. But I actually have time. Maybe I'll tell you that. Many people who follow me on Instagram, they probably just see that I'm an athlete, I'm competing. I post a lot of pictures from my shows, videos from my shows, videos from my training, from the gym, but I don't really talk about myself, who I am, what I'm doing, how did I end up here, how did I start doing fitness and all the stuff. So I'm originally from Russia. I was born in Russia in 1996. Here's my biography. And I moved to United States back in 2017 when I was 21 years old by myself. Well, I came with friends, but I came without family, and also I didn't have any family here. All my parents, my siblings, all my relatives are back in Russia. So I just go there and visit them once a year. It's a long way from here and a long travel. Holding this camera right in front of me makes my shoulders tired. I feel so weak, it's hard to hold it. So maybe I'll hold it a little bit from down here. So I came with my friends back in 2017. It was a work and travel program, and basically that's how I got to United States. And then I came down to Key West just to work here, live maybe for a year, and then go back to Russia. But I actually never made it back, because I started to work here. I was making new friends, and I was getting used to it, and honestly I did like it, and I didn't want to just give it away, and I wanted to give it a try and see if I can build a new life here. And yeah, I thought that I can always come back if I can do something, or if it just doesn't work out, I can always go back home. But I did stay, and honestly I think that was the best and the hardest decision of my life. Well, at least that's where it brought me, because if I went back to Russia, I don't know what I would be doing now. As I said, I came to the States when I was 21 years old. I was still studying at university, but obviously I didn't finish it. I came after my third year. And where could I work? I had nothing here, no documents, no relatives, no parents, no one, no United States education, like nothing. Well, living in Key West, it's a tourist town. I think that was also one of the reasons why I came here. I came back then. I came with my friends, so we came all together. It was kind of fun. I didn't feel that lonely and lost because we were together. So I was working at the hotels, bed and breakfast places. I was working in the restaurants as a hostess, and then I was working as a server for a few years. I was working at coffee shops and t-shirt places, hotels a few times. So yeah, I've tried all kind of hospitality jobs, which was fun. It gave me a lot of experience. Sometimes it was really hard because you meet all kind of different people, and they are not all of them are super nice and friendly, but most of the time it was pretty good. So what I wanted to say that I learned a lot from those jobs, and I think it helped me then in the future to get a little bit tougher, not to get tougher, but just to get a thicker skin. So how did I end up doing fitness? Well, as you probably know, I said about it a few times that back in Russia I did rhythmic gymnastics. Here in the United States, I noticed that it's not that popular, although they do have national teams and they do compete at the Olympic Games and World Championships and other big competitions. But many people, when they say gymnastics, when they say rhythmic gymnastics, they think about artistic gymnastics where girls do uneven bars, beam, floor routine, and what else? I don't know how it's called. I forgot how it's called in English. Sorry, my English is not perfect. I'm still learning. Oh well. Well, yes, I did rhythmic gymnastics for 11 years, and there we do 4 different floor routines. When you move up to seniors, that's how they call them. Anyway, when you get into older group, we do four floor routines, one with hoop, one with ball, clubs, and ribbon. If you don't know what it is, just Google it, look it up, watch some videos. I think you will like it. It's like a mix of calisthenics and ballet and a little bit of dance, and you can say circus as well, because you have to jungle, not jungle, jungle, juggle the clubs and work with different apparatuses. Basically, most of the time they are not in your hands; they're in your legs, in your knee, in your back, or in the air. So anyway, just look it up and you'll see it for yourself. Okay, that was my background. But when I came to the States, I didn't do anything. I just finished gymnastics at the age of 18, and then I was going to the gym here and there, didn't know what to do, would go for a few months and then skip half a year and so on. A typical story. And when I came to United States, of course, that's not what I was thinking about. I should go to the gym. No, I was concerned more about like papers and work and making enough money for living here and stuff like that. So yeah, then I slowly got back into the gym and I was working out, but honestly I didn't have any specific routine. I didn't train for anything specific. I didn't know what I'm doing. And well, it's been only 2022, like 5 years later, after I came to United States, when I started going to a different gym, and that's where my coach, his wife, where they where they still working, and that's where they been prepping athletes for a show. And honestly, even it's a small island, Sorry, my arm is tired. Even if it's a small island, I had no idea that somebody is training and prepping here for a bodybuilding show. It was a big surprise for me. And I didn't, also, to make it worse, I had no idea about fitness. I didn't know that it exists at all. And I hear it's quite common. I don't know why. It's so spectacular. I think it's um, respectively to other divisions. I love all divisions, but I think fitness is the best. Well, my opinion is a little bit biased, right? But I do think fitness is really great division. Anyway, I moved to a new gym back in 2022, 21 actually. And 1 year later, I met my coach. He asked me if I would like to try competing. I said no. But then I said, let me think. So he gave me 1 week to think, and I thought, well, why not? What else? Why not to test me my abilities? How can I, if I can do it, if I will be able to follow the diet? This is also a different topic. I hate diet since childhood because as a gymnast, as a rhythmic gymnastics especially, you have to be very thin. And naturally, I'm not a thin girl. I always had muscles. I was always on the thicker side. So it was always a struggle for me. Uh, anyway, yes, I thought, why not give it a try? And yeah, I gave it a try. Here I am. Okay, guys. You see, while I'm talking, you see a little bit of Key West, and I'm a little bit lost. Let me check where I'm going. I'll be back with you. Okay, I found where to go. Wow, the sun is so bright. There are so many little streets here in Key West, so I wasn't sure where I'm going, and I didn't want to go too far from my direction because I don't want to be late for an appointment and make my client wait for me. So yeah, back in 2022, that's when I started my fitness, my bodybuilding journey. What's amazing to me is that I finished gymnastics at the age of 18, and I almost didn't really do anything. I didn't train professionally. Occasionally I would stretch and do some back bends, like twice a year. And when I started training for fitness at the age of 26, what's amazing to me is that my body remembered. I was still flexible. I still could do negative splits. Like, it was still there. My skills were still there. I didn't start from the very beginning. But sometimes I can't help, I think, what if I started way earlier, train for fitness? What if I started when I was 21, 22, not at 26 when people already get their pro cards even earlier? But there's no point, first of all, regret it and get upset about it, because everything, how they say, happens at the right time, when it's supposed to happen. And I do think it's true, because when I was 21, 22, I wasn't ready for it. My brain wasn't ready for it. I was in a different headspace, and I was in a different life situation. I just moved to a whole different country with no one in here, with like almost zero money or whatever I had for the first time, and I had to build that from scratch. So yes, I give myself some grace, and I keep telling everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. Just keep working, keep showing up, keep doing little steps every day that bring you to your goal, and eventually you'll get there, right? Oh, earlier I was saying, sorry, I lost my train of thoughts. I have no script. Anyway, earlier I was saying that normally on Sundays I go for gymnastics training, and today I decided to pass as I'm still not feeling great. Yesterday I still had a light fever. I do actually feel much better today, but I think it's a better idea to skip it today. So walking to and from the gym will be, I think, my cardio for today. Maybe I'll go for a walk in the evening. We'll see how I feel. It's a red light for me. I better stop. Oh, it's red light for the car as well. So I'm just gonna go. So maybe I'll go for a little walk in the evening, and I'm planning on coming back to the gym. I want to do a light workout. Maybe I'll do some shoulders at least, because I skipped 3 whole days last week, and it feels terrible being so close to Olympia, skipping cardio and not working out. But my coach approved that, so I guess it's better to let your body recover than to stay sick for way longer time. Yeah, maybe I'll come back to the gym, do light shoulder workout, do some handstands, press to handstand into a croc. That's my favorite move. I'm so proud of this move, guys. And especially I'm proud that I learned it when I was, how old was I? 29, 28, 29. Well, I started to learn it when I was about 27, and only by the age of 29 I did master it and was able to put it in my routine. And then I learned how to do back handspring and now aerial. Well, almost. I didn't do it at the show. I put my hand down, but I know I can do it. I did it so many times already during training. I just need to not put my hand down. Well, yes, sometimes I tell people that, oh, I learned how to do back handspring, and they say, but you did gymnastics, you couldn't do it before? No, that's the point. That's when I was telling that I did a different kind of gymnastics, which gave me a different background. It gave me flexibility and grace, and I can do some other unique moves, unique skills that are different from others. At first, when I was about to start training for fitness, I watched some videos of Missy, Trascott, Whitney, Oksana. I watched the videos and I said, how on earth can I do it? I'm not a tumbler, I never did artistic gymnastics. How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna be competitive enough? But needless to say, that's not important. The most important thing, you can show your strength, what you are good at, and you can progress. You can learn some new tricks, new skills, and maybe your background will allow you to learn some unique skills that nobody else is doing. So it just takes time. You cannot go there the first time, the first competition, and just kill it and win everything. Well, I'm sure there are some people like this. But in general, it takes time to learn, it takes time to make a progress, like in everything else. Okay, I'm done with my client. We did check in. I'm happy to see when body fat percentage is dropping and muscles are increasing. That's the best results. Anyway, walking back home, I got a little treat for myself. Starbucks. Yeah, we have Starbucks on island. I don't go there often. I got iced Americano with some oat milk, splash of oat milk. I have high carbs today, so a little bit of oat milk is fine. I'll just account for it later in the day. So yeah, walking home now, and I realized that, talking about my client, I realized that I never mentioned what I'm doing right now. So I used to work in, as I said before, in restaurants, hotels, and stuff like that. And when I started to train for bodybuilding, I also decided that I want to learn more about training and nutrition and just personal training. And that's when I thought, Well, I love doing it, and I like to help people, and maybe it sounds so banal, but it's true. So I decided to find online courses, and the one that I found is NASM, and I read reviews, and they said that it's one of the best online platforms, schools, I don't know how to call it, organization that you can get certified with. And that's what I did. Alongside with prepping for bodybuilding show, I started to study my certified personal trainer um, course, and maybe I did it in 3-4 months. I passed the exam. I quit my restaurant job and started working at the gym. Of course, it wasn't that easy. It wasn't like everyone was waiting on me to start working there. I started with very few clients first, and they were my friends who saw me um, working towards my goals, towards my path, and they asked me for help. And that's how I started. One client, 3 clients, and then I started to get more and more. And it's been almost 4 years since I'm working as a personal trainer. Honestly, time flies by so fast. And yes, that's what I'm doing right now. A personal trainer, nutritional coach, a stretching coach, and also in person or online. Thank you so much for watching or listening. That's pretty much everything I wanted to share with you. I'm sure I skipped a lot of details, a lot of information. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and I'll answer them in my next video. Bye.